training. How awesome is that concept? I mean, I got it up from Dean Jackson and Isla Market. I was doing a coaching. This was a 50K coaching plan, and it was kind of a one phone call close, because we had a short talk. I gave some value, and I said, you know what? Before, like, I know your intentions are to hire me. It's pretty cool when you get the call and you know the intentions are to hire you. It's cool, feels cool. So I said, you know, before we go there, I played this little game. Sometimes Shannon and I played it. I know I'm successful when you fill in the blanks. So I'll start. I know I'm successful when my buyers see me and they hug me. Right? I know I'm successful when my clients see me and they want a picture. Right? And Shannon says, I know I'm successful when your clients think I'm cool. Right? I know I'm successful when I come home and my kids want to give me hugs. I know I'm successful when my kids want to introduce me to their friends. So I know I'm successful when I'm working in my genius instead of doing shit I hate. Yeah. I know I'm successful when I'm eating outside, al fresco. I grew up in North Dakota. There was mosquitoes when it was nice and it's freezing when it's freezing. And me simply being outside eating is like I have conquered the paradigm I grew up in. Because you don't get to eat outside. Yeah, literally in North Dakota, you eat outside like 3-4 times like a year. Because the bugs are going to get you when it's night. And it's so I know I'm successful when this, and I'm successful when that, you know. And so I just said, let's play the game with me, so I can get to know you. Like, I know I'm successful when fill in the blank. And he shared all these things, and I really got to dial in what it means, what success meant to him. And it's one of the best closing strategies to find somebody's triggers. Just say, let's just play a game. I know I'm successful when, let's play. And then you start answering, get down that track. So raise your hand if you saw the training. If you saw the training. Okay, so I'd love to hear just a couple examples. Like, I can give some more. Shannon says, I know I'm successful. Well, Shannon, what's a couple I know I'm successful in?
When the kids, for me, when we come home from trips and stuff, they give us a hug and we're excited to kiss.
Yeah. And Matt came up with a great one. This was months ago. He said, I know I'm successful when the day of the week doesn't matter to me, because you know it's not like I'm living for the weekend. Because we're doing, I mean, literally in the Hoberson planet, like we're doing great stuff on Monday night too. Like Falcone and Rash came over and we had a party, and I forgot what day it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. We had like a full-on party. You know, great party. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what day it is. It just is irrelevant data. In fact, if it's a weekend, I'm less likely to go out because of the pedestrians. The restaurants get busy. Yeah. Like I'm used to my cigar bar and it's just me. And then the weekends, all the people are there. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So Matt said, I know I'm successful when it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. What's it, Mike? Have you thought of some I know I'm successful wins?
When I can travel around the country and have a friend in every city that I know I can.
Yeah, that's a big one. I know I'm successful when I can land in any city and have friends and connections, right? And I made that a goal of mine a while ago, and I really initially made it for my kids so that they would have access to, you know. So it's pretty cool when we're in San Diego and I'm like, Isaac, you know, we're gonna go have lunch with Jonathan, and I check his house out, and it's, you know, it's not like it's ocean view where there's like trees here, some trees there. Jonathan's house is in Encinitas. It's on a bluff. It's the biggest bluff in Encinitas, biggest oceanfront spot, and it's out bigger than everyone else's, and everyone else's is kind of receded. It is a full 180 of the ocean, infinite. It's on. I said, this is the best. This is the best. So it's cool to go, like, we're going to go grab, you know, you're gonna, it's just cool to have my kids just hop on over there and, you know, eat a couple bananas and talk in front of this. But that was my intention years ago, is that I can go anywhere, and we got the hookups. You know, I almost can, not all the way, but almost, you know, and it's pretty awesome. So, and I know I'm successful when I can travel whenever I want. And I know I'm successful when boredom is a choice, right? That for me is a big one. I know I'm successful when I'm bored by choice. I want to be bored. Like I'm going into bored right now. Because the friend factor and the social factor is so abundant. Like I could never spend the amount of credit I have with people, the social credit, the value, the friendship. Like I have so much, I could never tap it out. And I feel that way. And then it's funny, I still feel like I have room for more. Isn't that crazy? Right? Like new friends and new experiences. So I know I'm successful when, play the game with me. Give me another one. Lori, have you thought about this thing?
Yeah, I know I'm successful when I have a place on the West Coast and the East Coast.
Okay, I like it. And I know I'm successful when the people who know me best love me the most. That's a big one for me because the peripherals, they matter less to me. You know what I mean? Because they're working on just perception and perception management. They're filtering through their own worldviews. But it's like people that are super close, that are on the inner sanctum. They're like, you don't even know half the story. Right? You think he's cool over here, like you don't know half the story. And sometimes when they're like, you're arrogant and you're an ass, I'll say, well, you don't know half the story. It's much worse than you think. But that's for me, the people that know me the best, like me the most, trust me the most, they get it. Let's hear another one. I know I'm successful when, fill in the blank.
When I can be a
Go on.
service to others.
What's that?
I know I'm successful when I can be a service to others.
That's too generic for this.
Generic.
Give me something specific.
I know I'm successful when I can travel the world and not have to worry about the costs.
That's good. I know I'm successful when I order what I want, not what I can afford. Right? Something like that. So the more specific you get with this, the more you have the meters in the game to say, I'm winning. Holy crap, I'm winning. I'm eating outside again, I'm winning. Right? That's for me. And like for me, it's like even the pictures like yesterday. That's fun for me. That's like an I know I'm successful win thing, right? So it's like, oh, I'm winning here. I'm winning here. The people that are super closest to me, when they're in crisis, I'm the phone call, and I actually know I'm successful when I'm the phone call in the crisis. So and that's something I programmed into my life. I wish sometimes I didn't, because I might stop ringing with the crisis. Shit, I gotta change that program. I'm serious. It's like several issues simultaneously. I'm like, why did I? What? Why? So I know I'm successful when my kids are challenged. I want them challenged. I want them going through the grind. I want them sweating. I want them challenged. I want them feeling the heat, right? So I know I'm successful when my kids are challenged, right? I know I'm successful when at the dinner table the conversation's flowing and it's not weird, right? Got the dinner table with the kids and it's just flowing. Conversation's just moving, right? It's not forced, not weird. Gracie's not bitter. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everything's cool. Mom and dad aren't pretending they're not hating each other for the kids. They're just doing our thing. Let's hear another one. I know I'm successful when.
I know I'm successful when I can do what I want, when I want, with whom I want.
Yeah. And the more precise you do that, you get more precise on that, and you'll have better markers, right? So, like, Mr. Norman.
I know I'm successful when I can pick who I want to do business with.
Yes. Yeah.
I get to choose the jobs that I say yes to
Yeah.
and turn down work that I don't want to based on the people.
Yeah. I like that. I like that one. Yeah, it was cool. Somebody in the industry, I shared a story. He's like, hey, can I pay $5,000? I'll come in. We'll just spend lunch together in the afternoon. I'll fly out $5,000. I'm doing this project. I could really use you. And I just remember, I thought to myself, and I like most people, like you have to do a lot for me to not like you, right? It's an auto like, it's not like an auto not like and then you're gonna earn like. Like it's auto like, you can lose it, right? So this was a lost thing, and I'm like, I just don't know. That's not worth 5,000. I just don't like it. And I don't even want you to, and I know you're gonna tell people that I helped launch this, and I don't want to get involved. I don't want my name here. So, so that feels good. Let's keep going. Are your thoughts going a little bit? This is a participation, so be thinking, right? I know I'm successful when I'm sweating. I went for years without sweating. And I started getting, it was funny though, it was worse anxiety I had. I'm looking back in the trailer years in Maryland. literally would not sweat for months at a time. Months, not one sweat. Right? I don't know. Wasn't playing, wasn't running, wasn't sweating. The only sweat I'd have was pressure to pay the bills that might drip a little bit of sweat. Right? So the toxic stew starts the toxins start kind of anchoring in, It's kind of crazy. Well, this is going to be a grand entrance. This is that's Carolyn's drum roll. Hurrah! Okay. Australia's in the house. Exactly. Oh, Carolyn, look at this, I love it. At ILN events, we stand and applaud people who hike mountains, and we don't even talk about who's making the most money. Well, okay, I know I'm successful when, let's hear a couple more. Come on, yeah.
I can pay cash for the car that I want instead of buying the car that I can afford.
Got it. What's another one? I know I'm successful when.
I got my Island Tesla in my garage.
Sam, I know I'm successful when.
I'm successful when I can do things that my heart desires instead of facing off money.
Right.
The things I want to do. The things that I can't do.
Like, I know I'm successful when, and this is huge for me. I know I'm successful when in a day I did all I knew I could do. I don't feel that very good. I don't. I have a remnant. I have this remnant. Gosh, I could have got a lot more done. And some of that comes from my parents were very, hardworking Norwegian. Fun was allowed and it was okay and it was permitted. Okay, but it wasn't ritualized, and they weren't. It was a fun I mean, here's my point. If I sat down on a Saturday at 2:00, I felt guilty. That my parents, and they have a tremendous work ethic, and they're millionaires today. And we were in the trailer, and they got us, to millionaire status. They own real estate, rentals are kind of like slumlords, and they're highly respected, probably as much as anybody in the whole town. My mom and dad would be right at the top, right? So, but they were industrious, and they were busy, and they were helping the park, and they were just civil, like Lutheran, Midwestern. You exist to make the community go and prosper, and it was great. And in the same breath, if I sat on the couch, if I watched a TV show, I felt good because I should be doing stuff. And MJ had the same thing. MJ and I both. This is the girl I almost married. Instead of Shannon, she's in Arbonne today, but that's another story for another time. And the irony. The irony. I'll tell you what Dad said. No, I'm not gonna. Hold on back. Pretending MJ is right here. She was right here. I'd have to look. Can I tell the story? But the irony was, I married Shannon because I knew she'd be poor with me. She'd be poor with me now.
I thought you were saying because she beat her in arm wrestling.
Yeah. She beat her. Yeah, she definitely beat her. But literally, I thought, I can go poor with her, and it's not gonna. I can start in those days. I thought maybe I could see myself just going to Africa, taking over a village, starting a school, and just living there with a tribe of people, teaching them the Bible and just whatever. And I knew she'd be fine with whatever I said. We're going to Antarctica. We're gonna live with Eskimos. I'm gonna study whales. Okay. I mean, I knew she'd go anywhere with me, and she'd, where you go, where you lead, I follow. But the main thing was I knew she'd be broke with me, not kidding. Ironic, right? And she was. We were broke as welfare qualified for the first 5 years. But I know I'm successful when. Let's do a couple more.
I know I'm successful when my life example can inspire others.
I like that. The requisite stimulus. That's the thing that's key is that, like, for you, showing up, when you show up, there's a stimulus in somebody that does not awake unless you show up. You are their activation person. That's crazy. You're the one. It's like in the Old Testament, it was talking about when Joshua was faithful, Israel followed the Lord, but when Joshua wasn't, they stopped. it was Joshua. He was the deal, right? And when he was gone, the people just were done. And you're like, well, that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. Well, it doesn't matter what should or shouldn't be. Joshua, if he didn't show up, when he showed up, people showed up. You know, it's just crazy. So your success, I mean, the amount of people that are affected because you show up is incredible. It's inspiring. Jaden, I keep mentioning you because I've been really impressed with you this weekend. But, you know, just like you showing up has re-inspired me. And I'm already pretty inspired, but you added to it. Just seeing, like, this morning, I mean, what happened this morning with your island world?
Oh, like 3 signups and like 1 pro?
Yeah. So I mean, that's $90, and we're at lunch, and I'm like, you're so damn cool. That is so cool. $90, you know? Just before lunch, and you're at a retreat, and you just hiked the mountain. I mean, that is the internet lifestyle right there. I mean, that's what the deal is. And it was just powerful. Let's do another I know I'm successful one. Clifton, I know I'm successful when?
I know when I'm successful when my wife and my kids are consistently happy.
I like it. Yeah.
And I know I'm successful when my babies can come in bed with me in the morning and no hurry to go anywhere and I can enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and I know I'm successful when I'm not wearing socks. Because again, North Dakota, I'm freezing. You have to wear socks, and my feet would be full of socks. I hated like my whole life, but I never knew it, right? So I know I'm successful when I'm not wearing socks, and I'm not freezing. So that's huge. I know I'm successful when the house is clean. I really do. Like I know I'm successful when my car is clean, which it's not. It's a dust. But you know, I know I'm successful at some of these things. I know I'm successful when I'm wearing clothes that I feel empowered in, and I feel good. I feel really energized. But like I feel like I wore for 5 years. I did not buy new clothes. The same clothes for 5 years. I didn't buy a new shirt. I didn't buy a new shirt for 5 years. Think about it. I couldn't, and I'm not shitting you. I didn't go into a store outside of the grocery store for years. I'm not kidding. Like I didn't go to a store because I could not buy anything in that store. I could go to the grocery store and I'd get milk and eggs and butter and that kind of thing. But I remember it was at the end of when we were living in Maryland. I felt like I don't know if somebody gave me $60 to go buy stuff for this trip I was going on or something, but I went into a store and it was $5 like t-shirts and stuff. I was like, this is oh my gosh. That's where I bought the England hat from Walmart with that money before I went on that trip. That's the England hat I wore all those years. That was maybe that's why I was so damn attached to that thing. I hadn't bought anything. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm buying this thing. And to this day, I will be at a store sometimes. This very hat in Whitefish a few weeks ago, I looked at it and I really wanted another hat. Just my habit, like I cannot buy anything, so I want this hat. It's perfect color. It fits me well. It's light. I love it. I love Whitefish. I love my. This is perfect. And I literally think to myself, nope. No matter what, it wouldn't have mattered if there's $2 million in my bank account. I just go, nope, automatic. So I'm successful. And this shirt's maybe like a month old, and this is a few weeks old, and but I feel good. So I know I'm successful when I'm wearing clothes that I just get energy when I wear. And the second I lose energy in a piece of clothing, I throw it. I don't give it to Goodwill, I throw it. It's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? Change your clothes. In fact, you can learn a lot about people by their clothes. Like just a lot of where they're at. Everything. Right. So let's do this. This is kind of fun. We did this one time. You're gonna have 5 minutes. You're gonna go on a walk with a buddy. Go on a walk with somebody you kind of do know, But this time we're going like kind of do know, okay? Instead of habit. And so everybody stand up. Let's do this. I will give instructions micro so there's less confusion. Find the person that you will go on the walk with. Just one person. One person. Get next to him and kind of be like next to him, so I know you got it. I know you're taking. I know you're taking. It's like speed dating. All right. All right. So here's the deal. Now, do one of you have a watch or a phone on you? So set it for 5 minutes.
Buddy.
And one person's going to go first for 5 minutes. And the only conversation is I know I'm successful. And you go for 5 minutes and you keep plumbing it. Plumb the depths. Because cool things happen about minute 4. Keep going. Right? Like, and you learn things. You'll learn things like, oh my gosh, that's not fun. Right? I know I'm successful when I'm playing piano and guitar. Like, I know I'm successful when I'm writing new songs and new lyrics. I know I'm successful when I'm singing with my friends. Like, I know I'm successful. Like, I've started playing this game that's reopened up my whole hobby. It's crazy. Like, it's reopened up my life. I know I'm successful when I'm petting my dog. Like, because I've neglected it too much. Now, so I know I'm successful when I'm playing catch with my kids. I know I'm successful. Like, just play with me. You guys got it? So once that 5 minutes is up, then the other person said it's 5 minutes, and everyone please be back in 11 minutes. Paintball, right? So, everybody know the drill? Yeah. And say it every now and then. Like, start off, I know I'm successful. And here, on 3, everybody say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
I know when I'm successful. And
Go.